Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is my persuasive speech.
I'm Jean Hout, Caitlin's mom.
I'm Joyce. I'm Caitlin's aunt.
I'm Tyler. I'm Caitlin's cousin.
Should graffiti be judged on the same level as modern art? Of course not. It's way more important than that. That's a quote from Banksy, who is a street artist, graffiti artist in London. That's from Brainy Quotes. Graffiti is an underappreciated art form and should be acknowledged in behalf of all the artists. And I researched this topic along with some certain artworks, mainly by Banksy, as he's one of the more famous graffiti artists. Graffiti takes talent and thought, and because of that, it's already accepted in most art areas, like in galleries and whatnot. The only issue is because it may be illegal at times, it's not fully accepted by some people. But with that talent and thought put into each piece, and it's a starting point for really what to go into. Like any other form of art, graffiti takes talent, practice, hard work, and most of all time, just like painting and drawing does. So graffiti incorporates other art forms like shading and color composition, calligraphy, and most importantly, imagination, like every other artwork. And that's Graffiti Art Through Vandalism. That's another blog by a graffiti artist in London. It takes thought, most importantly, in each artwork that they have in graffiti. Before any art piece, you have to design it, plan it out, figure out where you're putting everything. So you can use stencils, which is something you make beforehand as a layout for your artwork for the spray paint. But even if you don't use stencils, you have to know where everything goes in the artwork and where it fits in. And that does not just happen overnight. So with this thought-provoking just ideas inside of the art anyway, like often they make a statement when they're put up, like they're parodying a world leader of some sort, or they're making a political or a social statement. So usually that puts in, and it goes through movements like any other art would. So because of this thought-provoking talent, it is being considered in the art world. It's accepted in most galleries, like there's some in New York and London, and Banksy, who is one of the most famous artists for graffiti. And although he's anonymous, he's a celebrity in his town of Sotheby, London, and he has a lot of his works in galleries, and actually caught Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie actually bought up some of his work, and it costs quite a bit. And that's also from Graffiti Through Vandalism. So you can often find auctionings also for graffiti works, and mainly in London also, and in New York. That's where a lot of the artwork happens, on like these buildings and such. So it's being legitimized that way, but it's still not completely accepted at times. But there are galleries specifically made for this, like the Klughaus Gallery in New York and the Graphic Gallery in London. That's Art Through Vandalism also. So although an argument may be against graffiti, maybe the legality of it, how it's illegal at times, there are legal ways to do it. Like there's always art walls in like New York, something, they're kind of hard to find at times, but there's legal ways to do this. So even though like it's illegal to put it, if you put it on a personal building or on personal property or on a public spot, then it's vandalism. But there are legal ways to go about it, and a lot of times like people are commissioned to do this artwork also. So as George Stowers, a former professor of the Miami Institute in Florida of Philosophical Aesthetics, said, "Graffiti cannot be disregarded because of its location and illegality." So in summary, it takes talent and thought behind each piece of work, and it takes time. It's not something that is done overnight or to be thought of overnight. So graffiti is already accepted in most art worlds because of that. Because it takes talent, time, and it has a lot of incorporating of other kinds of parts of art, like shading and stuff. So, although people tend to argue against it because it may be illegal at times, it doesn't make it any more illegitimate than it is said to be. So, do you believe graffiti can make a strong statement as modern art, as Banksy said? Or will we forever shun this revolutionary form and accept it in the light it deserves?